Hello, welcome to Digital Signal Processing Online Lecture Series. In the previous session, we have seen the circular convolution methods, formula for that, and we have seen the examples of graphical method to find circular convolution. From the unit Discrete Fourier Transform, its properties and application. Now, in this session, we are going to see the next method for circular convolution, and we'll see the examples based on that. So let's start with that. So first of all, as we have seen in the last session, the formula of circular convolution is y of n, that is equals to summation of n equals to 0 to n minus 1 x1 of n into x2 of m minus n for n point. Here m is varied from 0 to n minus 1. Now there are three methods of circular convolution as we have seen in the previous session, that are graphical method, matrix method and DFT and IDFT method. We have seen the graphical method in the previous session. Now we are doing the second method, that is matrix method. So we have seen that the graphical method is very tedious process, and if number of samples are more, it becomes more lengthy and tedious. So this matrix method is very useful, and as compared to graphical method, it is very short and very effective wherever the number of samples are large or less. So in this, the number of samples are to be rotated or circulated in the matrix to obtain the circular convolution. So as you can see over here, for 4-point DFT, that is for n equals to 4, in the matrix form, if you want to obtain the output circular convolution y of n for 4 points, that means from y of 0 to y of 3, we will have the sequence h of n and x of n, where h of n is to be rotated to obtain 4 cross 4 matrix. Let's say for example, h of 0, h of 1, h of 2 and h of 3 are 4 values for h of n. So now to rotate this last value is to be placed in the first place. That means now the second row, second column will be h of 3, h of 0, h of 1 and h of 2. Same way in the third column, this last entry will be placed at the first place in this column. That means this will be h of 2, h of 3, h of 0 and h of 1. Same way for the fourth column, the last value is placed above. So this will become h of 1, h of 2, h of 3, h of 0. And this is multiplied with the given x of n for the values x of 0, x of 1, x of 2 and x of 3. Let us see the example so that it will become more clear. So here the data given to us is determine the sequence y of n, that is equals to x of n, circular convolution with h of n, where x of n is 1, 2, 3, 1 and h of n is 4, 3, 2. So using matrix method, let's see how we can find this. So if we look at the solution part of this, we will see that here x of n given to us is 1, 2, 3, 1 and h of n is 4, 3, 2. So we need to find the output circular convolution y of n, which is the circular convolution of x of n and h of n. Now as we have seen in the above matrix, h of n values are to be circulated and it is to be multiplied with x of n to get the y of n. So y of n will be equals to 4 cross 4 matrix having value h of n with multiplication of x of n. So here h of n is 4, 3, 2, 2. So we'll write down over here the first column as 4, 3, 2, 2. Now this 2 is to be placed above in the second column. So next will be 2, 4, 3, 2. Now this last value will be placed at the first. This will become 2, 2, 4, 3. That means all other values are shifted downwards. Same way, the last column will become 3, 2, 2 and 4. Now these values are to be multiplied with x of n, whose value is 1, 2, 3, 1. We need to do the matrix multiplication to get the final value. So first of all, let us multiply this first row with the first column, which will give 4 into 1, 4, plus 2 into 2, 4, plus 2 into 3, 6, plus 3 into 1, 3. Next row will be 3 into 1, 3, plus 4 into 2, 8, plus 2 into 3, 6, plus 2 into 1, 2. The third row will be 2 into 1, 2, plus 3 into 2, 6, plus 4 into 3, 12, plus 2 into 1, 2. And the last row will be 2 into 1, 2, plus 2 into 2, 4, plus 3 into 3, 9, plus 4 into 1, 4. And so the final answer is 4 plus 4, 8, plus 6, plus 3. That means this value will be 70. Next is 3 plus 8 plus 6 plus 2. So this will give 6 plus 2, 8, 8 plus 8, 16, and here it will be 19. Next value is 6 plus 2, 8, 8 plus 2, 10, 10 plus 12, that means 22. And the last value is 2 plus 4, 6, 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 9, 19. So this is the answer of circular convolution using matrix method for the given data. So we can write down the final answer as y of n, that is equals to 17, 19, 22 and 19. So this is the answer for circular convolution. Let's see one more example. So here the data is given as, given the two sequences of length 4 are x of n equals to 0, 1, 2, 3 and h of n equals to 2, 1, 1, 2. And we need to find the circular convolution using the matrix method. Now in the exam, if the method is not mentioned, that means whether to do the circular convolution using matrix method or graphical method or DFT-IDFT method, it is advisable to get the answer using matrix method because it is easier as compared to others. So now let's see how we can find this. So same way we will find the circular convolution for y of n, that means for output, where h of n is to be circulated and it is to be multiplied with x of n. So here h of n is 2, 1, 1, 2. So we will place first column value 2, 1, 1, 2. Then we will place the last value in the first entry of the second column and the others are to be placed downwards. So this second column will be 2, 2, 1, 1. Same way the third column will be 1, 2, 2, 1 and the last one will be 1, 1, 2. This is to be multiplied with x of n, which is 0, 1, 2, 3. So here we will place 0, 1, 2 and 3. So now if we find the answer for this, we will get 2 into 0, 0, plus 2 into 1, 2, plus 1 into 2, 2, plus 1 into 3, 3. Second row will be 1 into 0, 0, plus 2 into 1, 2, plus 2 into 2, 4, plus 3 into 1, 3. Third row will be 0, plus 1, plus 4, plus 6. And the last row will be 2 into 0, 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 6. So here the final answer is 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 3, 7. Next is 2 plus 4, 6, 6 plus 3, 9. Then the next is 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 1, 11. And the last one is 6 plus 2, 8 plus 1, 9. So this is the answer for this data. That means over here y of n is given as 7, 9, 11, 9. Okay. Let's see one variant of this kind of circular method, matrix method. So in this example, it is given that to determine the circular convolution of two sequences where x of n is cos pi n by 2 for the values n equals to 0, 1, 2, 3 and h of n equals to 2 raised to n for the values n equals to 0, 1, 2. That means over here direct samples are not given, your instances are given and the function for that are given. So we need to find the values for x of n and h of n, and then the same way which we have done earlier for two examples, we will do the matrix method to find the circular convolution. For this, let us first of all find out x of n and h of n. So x of n equals to, first of all we will take n equals to 0, then 1, then 2 and 3. So first value will be cos 0, that means n equals to 0, that means it will give cos 0. Then the next value is cos pi by 2. Then the next value is cos pi, because 2 will be cancelled out. Then fourth value is cos 3 pi by 2. Okay. So cos 0 value is 1, cos pi by 2 is 0, cos pi is minus 1 and cos 3 pi by 2 is 0. So this is the value we have obtained for x of n. Same way we are going to obtain the value of h of n for the instance given as 0, 1, 2. So we will take 2 raised to 0, 2 raised to 1 and 2 raised to 2. So we will get the values 1, 2 and 4 for h of n. Now for the matrix method, as we have seen, we are using 4 cross 4 matrix. So for h of n we need to have 4 values. So we can write the value h of n, that is equals to 1, 2, 4 and 0. And now the same way which we are doing for matrix method to find the circular convolution, we will take output sequence y of n, which is to be obtained by the circular convolution of x of n and h of n, where the values of h of n in the matrix are to be circulated, are to be rotated as we have seen in the previous examples, and then it is to be multiplied with x of n to get the final circular convolution output y of n. So the procedure will remain same as we have done for the previous examples, but here the difference was that the instances or the sample values for x of n and h of n are not given directly. Here the function and the instances are given individually, and using which we need to obtain x of n and y of n to find the final x of n and h of n to find the final y of n. So I hope that to find the circular convolution using matrix method is clear to you now. In the next session we will see the third and last method of circular convolution, which is DFT and IDFT method. These are the references. Thank you. Thank you for listening.